I'm going to give you 10 practical tips that will help you come up with the right and the perfect online business idea that works specifically for you. I've interacted with countless people who have the desire to start their own business, but most of the times, one of the things that is common with a lot of them is they don't really know the kind of business they want to go into. In fact, some of them have even confronted me, approached me, and asked me for my suggestion to let them know the kind of online business that will be right for them. Although I don't like giving people a straightforward suggestion like you do this kind of business or you do that, but I usually have some tips that I give that will help the person come up with the right idea that works for them. That is why I decided to do this video today to help a lot more people. So if you're somebody who is struggling with finding the right idea for the business that you want to do, you really want to watch this video right to the end. And that's because when it comes to online, it even gets more confusing. Every day you are thrown with a new opinion, a new suggestion from people coming from different directions. Today you make up your mind to do this kind of business, and the next day you're seeing an ad on Facebook or Instagram telling you about a different kind of business that is paying them so much money, and then you're completely lost. You forget about the one you wanted to do. You want to try out this new one that this guy is talking about, and then before you know it, another ad is popping up again. So the confusion is even higher when it comes to doing business online, which is why you really need to be careful so you don't end up in a business that you will end up regretting. The truth is that what works for one person may not work for the next person. So just because someone is raking in thousands of dollars from one business does not guarantee you're going to do the same when you start that kind of business. So you really need to understand you so that you know what works best for you. Anybody can become a millionaire doing any kind of business. The important thing is finding the right one for you. Hi, my name is Kingsley and this is King's Channel. I'd like to welcome you. I created this channel specifically to talk about money making online. So if you're somebody who is looking for ways to either diversify your income or create new income streams, or you're already involved in an online business and you're looking for a way to scale it, this is the right place for you to be. So what I'm going to be doing today is give you 10 powerful tips that is going to help you arrive at the right business idea. All I need you to do right now is, if you're coming to this channel for the first time, please hit the subscribe button and then turn on the notification bell so that whenever I post a video like this, you're going to be the first to get to know about it. And if at any time you feel like this video has added value to you, please do well to like it and then leave a comment below telling me which part of the teaching that I gave today resonates most with you. Without wasting any time, let's get into my 10 tips for finding the perfect online business idea. Number one tip is look into your interests. Now, what are those things that you find very interesting? What are those things that resonates with you a lot? What are those things that whenever you see somebody doing it, it attracts your attention easily? It's time to look into it with a business perspective. Because the truth is, if there's a passion or interest that you have in your heart, it didn't come there by mistake. There's a reason God put it in there. It could be because He wants you to leverage on that interest and that passion to do something bigger. It is time for you to start paying attention to those things that you find very interesting. A lot of people have started a big business today. All of it started from their interest, their passion. So if you have passion for a particular thing and you know that that thing can become profitable if you build a business around it, then it is the right time for you to do that. Now, some of the examples of people who have done this before is Linda Ikeji, who started a blogging business all basically because she was interested in writing and she was interested in being a journalist. And today she has become one of the richest, most influential businesswomen in Africa. Actually, she started her blog as a hobby while she had a full-time job. But before you knew it, her blog started to get readership to a larger volume, and then companies began to throw money at her for adverts. That was how the Linda Ikeji blog became a big thing that we know today. So another example is me starting my educational business online. It all began because of my passion and my interest for sharing my knowledge, for teaching, and for talking about the subject of money. It all began because I have always been passionate about this, and that was how I decided to start teaching online. I've been doing it for free before I now decided to build a business around it by creating educational products that people can access digitally. You can see that it all started from my interest and my passion. When we talk about your interest, when we talk about your passion, it could also be from the negative side. It could also be something you dislike a lot, something that you hate to see. It could also be something that when you see people going through it, you feel very pained, you feel very unhappy about it. So that could also make up your interest. You could look into it as a business owner, okay? So you could actually look at it from seeing how you could build a business that changes the situation or the narratives. A lot of people have done that before, okay? So you can actually start a business helping people to avoid that thing that you hate so much. It could be that you've seen something that someone else is doing and you don't like the way it's being done. That's an indication that you are interested in that niche. What you basically have to start from is to make a list of your likes, make a list of those things that you love. In fact, make a list of those things that you know that you would naturally do for people for free. Because if you pay attention, there are things that you love to do that you naturally do for people for free. You could begin to see it from the angle of an entrepreneur, see how you can build a business around that thing and turn it into a consistent cash flow. So the first tip for finding the perfect business idea for you is to look into yourself. It begins with you. Look into your passion, look into your interest, and then you will probably find your right business idea in there. Number 2 tip for finding the right business idea is to look at your skill set. What is that thing that you know how to do so well that people have always come to you to help them out with? It could be right from when you were in school, your friends usually come to you to help them out with something, or probably where you work, a particular thing that your colleagues usually come to you to help them out with. And you do it naturally without difficulty because it comes natural to you. Those things make up your skill set. You know that people have started and built multi-million-dollar businesses all coming from their skill sets. That's how service businesses are built. If you have a skill that you know that you can easily monetize, maybe it's time for you to start thinking of building a business around that skill set. A lot of people have started cooking business basically because they have that skill. And they've been doing it for free, and then all of a sudden they decided to build a business around it. Some people have had the skill for baking, some people have had the skill for sewing, some people have had the skill for designing. So whichever one comes natural to you could become your next big business idea. So the smart thing for you to do is to make a list of the people or the businesses you know that your skill could actually serve. Right? So if you have a skill set that could serve business organizations, start making a list of how many different ways your skill can serve business organizations. So you could actually sit in Nigeria and you're serving companies in US, in UK, in Australia, in Canada with your skill set, especially if your skill is digital. You could actually sit back from in your hometown and you're assessing clients like that and you're serving them with your skill. And another example is if you feel like you're really good at things like writing, or you're really good at reading, or probably when you're reading, you're very good at spotting out mistakes. That could be a point that you should go into the writing business, either by becoming an author or by becoming a book editor or even a book publishing consultant. I know certain people who have built a business as book publishing or book writing consultants, all coming from their skill set that they had. They had this skill and they had the passion, the desire to read for books, and before you know it, they decided to build a business around it. And today, people consult them whenever they want to start a book writing project, and they are well paid for doing all that. So look into yourself. Whatever your skill is, whatever thing you know how to do very well, that could be your next business. The most powerful part of all this is if you have a passion that is corresponding with a skill that you have. That's when it becomes even more powerful because you'll be operating from your area of strength. So when passion collides with skill and they correspond, you could do a lot of great things from there. Okay, and even if you have this passion but you don't have the skill set yet, all hope is not lost. You could actually go acquire the skills. Skills are learnable. I don't think there's actually anybody who was born with any skill. People are born with talent, yes. People are born with gift, but before they could do anything with those talent and gift, they have to acquire certain skills. They have to learn. So even you that feel like you have this passion for this thing, but you really are not good at it, all you need to do is to go grab the skill, go and learn it, and you can become good at it. Okay, I wasn't good at designing, but I learned how to do graphic design using my smartphone. I wasn't good at building a website before now, but today I am doing a business, helping business owners design websites for their businesses. I wasn't good at online marketing, but today I am helping people with online marketing. I'm even teaching people online marketing. I wasn't good at writing, but because I was passionate about books, because I was passionate about reading, I loved book a lot, I decided to acquire the skill and I became a writer and author right now. So the best thing you could do for yourself right now is to look into your passion and then see how you can acquire a skill that corresponds with it, especially if you feel like that your passion could actually solve problems for humanity. Because at the end of the day, what we are doing as business owners is solving problems for people. So if you have a passion for something that could actually help humans in a certain way, by solving their pain, by giving them pleasure, by making their lives better in any way, and you feel like this is something people can actually pay money for, then go acquire the skill and start serving people, start building a business around it. That's tip number 3 for finding the perfect business idea. Is actually a very powerful tip. Do some market research. Now, it's very simple. If you don't ask the right questions, you won't find the right answers. So a serious market research could actually help you identify what people are struggling with, the pain that people are currently having, the frustration that people are having, what people are complaining about. You wouldn't know all of these things unless you embark in a serious market research. So you could do a market research. You could find out what people are interested in, find out what people love, find out what people hate, most importantly, because people are much more motivated by actually their pain than they are motivated by pleasure. People are much more motivated with the desire to get out of pain than the desire to acquire pleasure. So a very strong point is looking into that thing that people are struggling with a lot, and then find ways that you could actually solve that pain for them. That's how to find a business idea. So where do you do this research? It's simple. Go online, go on social media forums like Reddit, like Quora. Pay attention to the conversations that are going on in that place, and you will see people talking about their pain points. Go to Facebook groups and pay attention to the comment sections when they make certain posts, and you'll hear people talking about their experiences, their frustrations. Go to Facebook pages and also use some tools like answerthepublic.com. You could actually use it to do a keyword research, enter certain phrase in their search bar, and you'll see lots of questions that people are asking in relation to that keyword that you entered. You are actively looking for answers to those problems. So if you can provide answers that they are looking for, you're already in business. All right. So the another tip for finding the perfect business idea is to do some research. So even use Google or YouTube search bars. By entering a little keyword there, you're going to see a lot of questions that people are asking in relation to that. That's when you know what people are actually facing, because the questions people are asking indicates the problem they are having. Tip number 4, it's simple. Pay attention. In other words, be observant. Pay attention to what people are going through. If you're looking for an idea for a business, the best place to look for is in the problems people are having. Pay attention to what people are going through. You could actually get into conversations with people. A lot of people will gladly talk about their frustrations or their pains or the things they don't like during a conversation. So those are pointers. And if one person is struggling with that thing, there's a high chance a lot of other people are struggling with it as well. So pay attention to the problems people are going through, and you're going to be having ideas for business that you're going to start. And then if you have conversation with small business owners or startups, you could actually hear them talk a lot about which areas of their business they are struggling with. It could be finding funding, it could be making sales, it could be structuring their business properly, it could be that they work too hard and over time and they're looking for ways to reduce their workload. It could be that they have issue with hiring the right employees. Pay attention to people's frustrations and then decide to be the one who takes away that frustration. It's not just business owner. There's a lot of people who are looking for jobs. A lot of people are looking for ways to write the right resume that could give them the job they are looking for. A lot of people are looking for grants to start up their businesses. A lot of people are looking for ways to raise capital to start their businesses. A lot of people are looking for ways to manage health conditions. Most people are looking for ways to help bring up their ideas to reality, somebody to help them become more productive. People are looking for help in so many different areas. And when you find one person having that same issue, you can even start asking more people questions to know that a lot of people are actually struggling with that same issue. That's an idea for a business you could start. Truth is, real entrepreneurs are out to solve problems for people. So if you have the heart of an entrepreneur, you'll be always ready and willing to find problems that you could solve for people. And the only way to find these problems is to be observant and intentional about it. Tip number 5 for finding the right business idea that works for you is to get feedback. This is very simple. It's the easiest. You could actually ask family and friends to tell you what they think you could do better. You'll be surprised at how much people knows about you that you are yet to know about yourself. So a lot of people could actually give you a pointer to what you could do as a business owner. Okay, because they've been watching you, they've been observing you, they've been studying you, even without knowing it. So if you don't ask them, remember, if you don't ask the right questions, you will never get the right answers. So if you don't ask them, you probably will never know that you have these potentials in you. So ask people for feedback. Let people who know you give you feedback. Tell you what they think you're good at. And then when they give you those suggestions, try to pay attention to them and then see how you could pick something from it. Another way to do this is actually to ask your social media followings. If you have a good following on social media, you could ask your social media followings to give you a list of business ideas that they think that you could do. If each person writes 10 different business ideas that they think that will be good for you, there's no how you will not be able to figure out something from those lists. So this is another way to leverage on your social media followings to come up with tons of ideas. And then by the time you have a lot of ideas, you will even struggle to pick one because you'll be having a lot of options of businesses that you can do. That is another great way to get free suggestions and opinions, free ideas of businesses that you could actually start. Number 6 tip is to take a look at other businesses and observing what they're doing. Now, by the time you study other businesses and begin to intentionally look at their line of product, their line of services, the way they do business, you could come up with an idea of what you want to do for yourself. When it comes to writing a business plan, one of the things that entrepreneurs do is to study their competition. The reason they study their competition is because they want to know which area these people are doing better or which area they are not doing too good, so they can know how to come in and bridge the gap. Now, you that is looking for a business idea, you could actually apply the same approach or similar approach, thereby studying different businesses to see the kind of business they are doing. And by the time you see the kind of business they are doing, you could actually come up with an idea of either something you could do or do better than what they are doing. There's a lot of ways to get ideas for the business that you intend to do. Another approach is actually to make a long list of businesses that you admire. Because if you're somebody who wants to start a business, there's a high chance there are businesses that you currently admire. It could be large companies, it could be smaller business owners that you admire what they are doing a lot. Make a long list of these businesses that you admire and begin to study their line of products or services. At the end of the day, you're going to come up with something that you love, that you want to do. You can actually get into e-commerce sites. If you're looking at starting an e-commerce or retail business and you're wondering what line of product you could sell, you could get into e-commerce sites. Find out products that are selling there. I promise you, when you get into sites like Amazon, like AliExpress, like Jumia, you're going to see tons of products that people are selling, amazing products. And you'll have an idea of something that you could actually bring in and start selling. That's a good way to start a retail business. Tip number 7 is to copy, steal, and make it better. Now, I know this sounds somehow, but what I'm actually talking about is to look at what people are doing or other products that are existing. You could copy and then create a better version of it or a newer version of it or modify it in a better way. A lot of people have done that and they are succeeding. Okay, so it's called innovation. So if there's a product that's actually in the market and you admire so much and you feel like it could actually get better than this, you could work on that. Or if there's a service that you feel like you could actually do and do better than the people already doing it, that's how to modify an existing business and make it better. Amazon did it with publishing. When they saw that authors were struggling with publishing their books or getting publishing houses to approve their books, Amazon decided to create something better that makes it easier. They made it possible for authors to self-publish their books and sell. And today, thanks to them, a lot of authors are published without having to deal with publishing houses. So that's an innovative mind. That's what an innovative mind can do. A lot of businesses today started like that. So the truth is that nothing is new in our planet right now. So the fastest way to come up with an idea is to look at an existing stuff, an existing product or service, and then decide to make it better. Uber did it with taxis. Airbnb did it with hotel bookings. So you also could do it with one service or one product or the other. Create something that is better, something that is easier, something that is affordable, something that is cheaper. I told you about the lady who founded Canva. She decided to create something that is more convenient, less complex, and also easily affordable. That's how we have Canva today. Without an innovative mind, we will probably still be struggling with creating simple graphic designs to use for our marketing, our businesses. Do you see how an innovative mind works? And each of us have the power to be that innovative if we decide to engage our mind. There is no limit to how creative your mind can get if you decide to engage it productively. So look at something existing, copy it, take it, steal it, modify it, create a better version of it, and you'll be in business. Number 8 tip is actually to look into yourself. Now, all this while you've been looking at others, but now it's time to look into yourself. What is that problem that you're struggling with so much that you will pay anything to have it solved? You're human, you have problems too, which also means that you are a consumer or a customer. Now, if you have a particular problem and you know how painful that problem is to you, and you will be happy to solve it, to have it solved, what do you think other people out there who have similar problem will be thinking of? Even them will be thinking of having that problem solved. So what you need to do is to get to work finding the solution to that your problem, with the intention of also helping others solve that same problem. I know of a certain lady who went through a difficult divorce process, and when she survived it, she realized that a lot of ladies are struggling with this same thing as well. That's how she started her counseling and consulting business, where she helps other women go through divorces without encountering the challenges that she went through, and it's working very well for her. I've heard a certain man of God say that the reason you went through that difficult challenge is because God wants to use you to deliver other people who are going through similar challenges. So if you're sitting down there and you've had an experience in the past that really dealt with you, but you were able to overcome it, think about other people who are having similar experience and decide on how you're going to help them overcome similar experience as well. That's another way to start a business for yourself. If you're a business owner and you've had challenges in your business in the past, probably in sales or in structuring your business very well, or in any area of your business, you could think of how to help other business owners to solve similar problems. That's how to start a business as well. So think of that as well and help other business owners to solve similar problems. Look into your own problem. What is that problem that you have currently or have had in the past, and you feel like a lot of people actually could be having similar problem? That's a pointer to the business you could start and scale, and you'll be making a lot of money for yourself. The number 9 tip to finding the perfect business idea for you is to read success stories of other entrepreneurs. Yes, this works as well. By reading the success stories of other entrepreneurs, you'll be able to tap into their experiences of how they actually started. By reading about how people started, something could jump at you. You could come up with an idea of how to start your own. So that's tip number 9. Read or study the success stories of other entrepreneurs and find out how you could do something similar to what they did. And then finally, tip number 10 for finding the perfect business idea that works for you is to open your mind up to available opportunities that people throw at you. We live in a time that has never existed before. In our time today, you could wake up every morning and someone is throwing an opportunity to make money to your face. You see adverts on Facebook, you go to Instagram, there's an advert, you go to YouTube, there's an advert. All of these adverts, most of them are talking about teaching you how to make money doing certain things. Now, the reason that you probably are still broke is because you've been keeping a closed mind. You don't want to open up your mind to any of these opportunities that people are throwing at you. People are talking about network marketing business opportunities and you don't want to pay attention. People are talking about affiliate marketing opportunities and you don't want to pay attention to it. People are talking about e-commerce and you don't want to pay attention to it. People are talking about starting a business, creating digital products for yourself and selling to make money, and you don't want to pay attention to it. A lot of other opportunities out there and you're just being closed. You're keeping your doors shut to them, yet you want to make money. The problem is that you actually see everything that people are talking about. As long as it's about making money, you're probably seeing it as a scam. The truth is that not all of them are scam. A lot of them are actually genuine. Most of these people want to teach you what they are doing to make money. And the good news is that a lot of these webinars that you see them advertise are actually free. Granted, when they give you the free webinar, they won't give you everything. They are going to invite you to take on their paid or premium course. But in my opinion, there's really nothing bad in attending the free webinars to get an idea of what they're actually talking about. Who knows, by the time you attend 2 or 3 webinars for free, you could actually find one of them that resonates with you, that you're passionate, that you're interested in, that you feel like you can do. And then maybe you could take up their premium course and then learn it better and start doing it for yourself. The truth is, you can't succeed without getting trained, no matter what you want to do. If you want to scale, if you want to achieve success, the only shortcut that I know is by getting trained by somebody who already knows it, somebody who is already doing it. That's the easiest way to achieve success. So if you're running away from learning from people, it's going to be difficult for you to achieve the success that you desire. So find any of these opportunities that people are talking about and key into them. Learn what they do and see how you can leverage on them to build a business for yourself as well. The internet has made it easy for anybody to become an entrepreneur. That's why you see a lot of money making and business ideas and opportunities being thrown at you every day. So filter. I'm not saying you should do everything, and all I'm saying is filter them. Some of them actually make sense. And when they do make sense, try to pay close attention to see if it is something that you could actually do. That's why I actually created the cash on demand bundle. It's a product that teaches people how to make money by creating digital products and selling it. So if you're somebody who is thinking about making money real quick or creating money and you don't even have any capital, this is a good way to start. I'm going to drop the link in the description so that you could actually look into it and see if it's something that you could leverage on. And if you're somebody who is thinking about, okay, I want to start writing ebooks, but I don't have a laptop or I don't have money to pay to publishers, that's not a problem. People have learned to write and publish their own ebooks and sell and make money without paying anybody a dime. And even that includes me. Sometimes I write an ebook, design it and publish it using my smartphone. And that's why I created the smartphone ebook writing and publishing course to teach you step by step how I do it as well. So you could actually look into it as well because I'm going to drop the link in the description. So don't keep your mind closed. When people talk about opportunities or ideas or teaching you 1 or 2 ways to make money, get closer, find out what they're talking about and see if it is something that you would love to do. The truth is, if somebody is making money doing that particular thing, chances are you can actually make money doing that same thing. Okay, so keep your mind open. Opportunities are everywhere today. You can't remain broke when the opportunity is everywhere to make money. So that brings me to the end of my 10 tips for finding the perfect business opportunity that works for you. I want to know which of these tips that you feel will work best for you. As I was mentioning them, which one jumped at you the most, which one gave you the light bulb moments. Drop a comment below and let me know which of these tips that resonate with you the most. Okay, so as a final thought, what I need you to do is whichever one you have decided to go into, please subject yourself to training. Get trained by somebody else who is doing it. That's the fastest way to become successful in it as well. You could get a coach, you could get a mentor, you could get someone who is offering to train you. You could buy a course, you could read books as well. Okay, learn as much as you can because your knowledge, your experience, your level of expertise is what will guarantee that you become successful doing that thing that you want to do today. Okay, so do not take this lightly. Any idea that you come up with can actually make you successful. The only way that idea is going to bring in money is if it has a ready market. When I say ready market, I'm talking about if it has people who are currently having that problem and are desperate to solve that problem. And this is where research comes in, which is why I said that research actually comes in. No matter which tip you feel worked for you, you must do your research, okay? Because when you do your research, you're going to understand the problem people are having, how challenging this problem is to them, and also how desperate they are to solve that problem. That is going to inform the way you're going to go about building your own business. All right, so don't take it lightly. But in summary, just know that whichever business idea you choose to do, you can succeed in it. Once it has a ready market and you have done your homework, you have learned it, you know how it works. Because to become an entrepreneur today, you just have to find an idea that works and leverage the internet to scale it. So thank you very much for watching this video to the end. I'll be happy to hear you drop in the comment section about any of the things I talked about that resonate with you. And if you have a question, please feel free to drop your question below. I promise I answer all my comments. Okay, so drop a question below and don't forget to like this video because it actually helps the video to get noticed by other people. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button so that you will also be aware of when next I drop another high value video. Thank you so much and I'll see you in my next video.